Hi guys, Tim here from South Oz Hobby Hunter. As I said in my last video, Olight's having a 15th anniversary sale. That starts on the 24th of April at 8 PM Australian Eastern Standard Time and runs until the 28th of April at midnight. So jump on their website, have a look, grab yourself a great deal. I guarantee you will not be upset with any of the torches that you buy. The torch that Olight have sent me to do a review on is the Warrior S3 Tactical. Now the one I've got is in black, but you can also get it in a nice gunmetal grey. And during this 15th anniversary sale, you can pick this torch up for $125.97, which is about a 40% discount. If you see anything on their website that isn't for sale, you can still use my code, which is South12. And that'll give you 12% off the non-sale items. Here it is guys, the Olight Warrior S3 Tactical. Comes in a nice hard case, quite a bit of information on the back, but really it's what's inside that we want to look at. So we'll open it up, and first of all you get this warning card. Now this warning card is there to tell you to take the battery isolating tab out, so the battery doesn't discharge whilst it's stored or during shipping. So take the warning card out, and inside you have the Warrior S3 Turbo in a nice comfy pouch. You have the accessory box, and inside there is the USB charging cable. So the standard Olight USB charging cable. And then finally inside the box, I'll throw that there, there we go, is the user's manual. Quite descriptive and tells you pretty much all you need to know about your torch. So as I said, the first thing you need to do before you get to play with your torch is take it out of the pouch, undo your tail cap, so unscrew the tail cap, and remove this yellow strip of plastic. Once you've got the isolator tab out, screw your cap back on and charge your torch. They recommend to charge the torch before you use it. So clip your charging cable on, plug it into a USB port, and whilst it's charging, the little indicator on the tail will glow red, and once it's fully charged, it'll go green. Before I get into the torch, we'll just quickly go over the little tactical carry bag that it comes in. It has a nice D-ring so you can attach a carabiner into your backpack or your webbing. It also has a press stud clasp or a belt loop. So depending on which way you want to go, you can clip it to your belt or once again to your waistband or your backpack, anything like that. On the front, just a nice little clip, comes apart, pushes in, nice, secure for your torch. So let's get into the torch. First of all, on the side here, you have the side push button. On the side push button, on the right hand side, you have the battery level indicator to show you how charged your battery is. And on the left hand side, you have the light intensity level. So if I press it on, and as you can see, I've got full battery and I'm set on the low level. It only stays on for a short period of time, but if I turn it back on, press and hold it once, and again, as you can see, each time I press it, the light intensity level changes. So we're on the low setting here, press and hold once, it's on the medium, press and hold a third time, and we're on the high. Press it quickly and it turns off. It has two other light intensity levels. One of them is a moonbeam. So if you press and hold the side button switch for more than 1 second, as you can see there, one light indicator, but it's on a very low light intensity level. Press it off. If you press the side button twice quickly, it goes on to the turbo mode. And as you can see there, I have 4 light indicators and we're on turbo. The final light intensity or light feature is a strobe. So if you press the side button 3 times quickly, 1, 2, 3, we go into a strobe feature. Press it once, it turns off. Now, on the low, medium and high level, if you turn the torch off and turn it back on, it will automatically go back to the last light level intensity that you had it set on. It also has a tail cap switch. So on the back of the tail cap, there's a push button there. It has 2 light features or light intensity levels. It also has 2 modes. So those 2 modes, I'll just step back a little bit here so you can see. If I half press the tail cap, the light goes on to the medium level intensity. If I give it a full press on the tail cap, it goes straight to turbo. A short press and it turns off. So once again, a half press will give you a medium level light and a full press will give you the turbo level light output. Now to change the mode feature of the tail cap switch, it is pretty simple. All you need to do is press and hold the tail switch and then quickly press the side switch at the same time. So press and hold and press the side switch. It's now gone into mode 2. Now in mode 2, it's all momentary switching. So if you press and release the torch, it will go on briefly and then turn off. It won't remain on once you release the finger off the trigger or off the button. So the first light intensity in mode 2, it'll go straight to a turbo. So a half press, it goes to turbo. If you give it a full press, it goes to strobe. So release and it turns off. So half press, turbo mode and release, full press, strobe and release. As you can see, it turns off every time I release the switch. The next feature I'll go over on this torch is a proximity sensor. Now what the proximity sensor does is if the torch is set on a high or turbo output, and it senses that there's an object in front of the lens, it'll reduce the light intensity down to a medium. So what that does is actually stop the torch overheating. Now if that object stays in front of the torch for more than a minute, it'll actually turn the torch off completely. So if I turn it into the turbo mode, 1, 2, so we're in turbo mode now. And if I put my hand over the top, you can see the light level changing from 4 to 2, back to 4, back to 2. So that'll saying that it's sensing that there's an object in front of the torch, and to prevent damage to the torch, it's going to reduce the intensity of it. The final feature I'm going to show you on this torch is a lockout switch. So what that does, it'll prevent accidentally turning the torch on if it's in your bag or your backpack, if you're storing it in your car in the glove box, so you don't accidentally turn the torch on. So to do that, all you need to do is press and hold the side switch and the light will go into moonbeam briefly. So press and hold and then turn off. Once it's done that, and I try and press one of the buttons, it goes red, saying that it's in lockout mode. To get out of lockout mode, press and hold, the moonbeam will come on and stay on. And now your torch is back to being used. A few of the other features on this torch is a side clip, so you can clip that on your belt or on the peak of your cap. So you can use this hands-free. It is a little weighty for hands-free on your cap, but it can be done. There is an optional extra of a magnetic tail cap switch, which will give you a remote line so you can put that on, say if you're using it for hunting or something else, you do get a remote tail cap switch. But that is an optional extra, which you can get on the Olight website. Finally, we'll go over a few of the specifications and the light intensity outputs of this torch. So on turbo mode, it'll give you 2300 lumen for 2.5 minutes. Then it'll drop down to 800 lumen for 160 minutes, and then down to 250 lumen for a further 39 minutes. The next intensity is the high beam, and that'll start off at 800 lumen, and that'll give you a run time of 166 minutes, and then drop down to the 250 lumen output for a further 39 minutes. Now if you start off on the medium level, which will give you 250 lumen output, the torch will run for approximately 13 hours. On the low beam setting of 15 lumen output, it'll run for approximately 130 hours, so quite a long time. The final output is moonbeam, and that gives out 1 lumen of light. Now 1 lumen of light isn't a hell of a lot of output, but it will give you enough to see where you're walking at night, around a campfire, or out in the bush while you're not trying to disturb the native animals. And at 1 lumen output, it gives you approximately 55 days of runtime. Specifications. Okay, it is a IPX8 water rating, so you can submerge the torch. It will work underwater, but I wouldn't recommend using it for diving. It's not designed that way. It's got a height drop rating of 1.5 meters, so if you accidentally drop the torch less than 1.5 meters, it should survive. It gives a maximum beam output or distance of 300 meters. So this torch is not designed for spotting. This is more for a utility torch or a flood beam. So it'll give you a broad area of light, but only for 300 meters. The dimensions of the torch, the length of it is 139 millimeters and a diameter of 29.5 millimeters. So it's actually a fairly compact little torch. And the total weight of the torch is 176 grams, and that is including the battery. Warranties. Now everyone wants a warranty on everything they buy, and Olight offers a 5-year warranty on the torch. They only offer a 1-year warranty on the battery, however. So just be wary of that. If the battery fails, it only has a 1-year warranty, whereas the torch itself has a 5-year warranty. Well, that's it, guys. That's my review of the Olight Warrior S3 Tactical. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm pretty impressed with it. Let's face it, I'm always impressed with stuff from Olight. They sell great stuff. So jump on their website, have a look at their sale, which starts at the 24th of April at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here in Australia, and runs until the 28th of April until midnight. You can get up to 40% off on this torch, the Warrior S3 Tactical, and you can get it for $125.97. Pretty good deal. So until next time, guys, please stay safe, keep calm, and gently squeeze the trigger.